are you doing, Internet? I'm Beatnuts, and today I would like to talk about the number 8, or something related to the number 8, because this will be my 8th video. And no matter how you slice it, top to bottom or sideways, the number 8 will always end up looking equal, because it's even on all sides. Even if you cut it 4 ways, you will end up with pieces that look exactly the same. It's perfect in a way, and I can see how it might be Death the Kid's favorite number. It's perfectly symmetrical. Therefore, the topic that I'd like to talk about with you today is perfection. Before I go much further, I'd like to distinguish between perfect score on a test, say, where you can get 100 points that are actually on offer, and trying to be perfect as a being or being in a perfect state of being. The first one is achievable, and it should be something that one should desire. And the point of getting a perfect score on something or doing a perfect job is that you have this goal in mind and you try to shoot for it. And if you get it, great. If you don't quite get it, then it's not supposed to be such a big deal. However, I have known some people, they're perfectionists enough that they sweat the small deals. If they got 98% or even 99%, it really tore them up and messed with their heads, because they really wanted that 100%, and getting any less wasn't acceptable. However, if you allow that sort of stress to get to you, then it can also negatively affect your health and your mental state of being, and that's no good, because the more you let it affect you, the less perfect you would then be. Therefore, what I am going to say with this video is that perfection as a state of being or as a person is not something that we should be trying to achieve, even if we use perfection as a goal or as a target. As an example, I'll use Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Cell is a chimera of sorts, combining the genetics and martial arts knowledge of all, or almost all, of the Z warriors. The best of the best, so that he would be able to fight on a superior level to Son Goku, and hopefully to defeat him. However, Cell was created imperfect. Besides the fact that he needed to absorb androids 17 and 18 in order to achieve his perfect form, there's also an imperfect logic on Dr. Giro's part, in that because he needed these two to obtain his perfect form, if they weren't there for some reason, he would never be able to obtain it. And so this flawed logic leads to a possible scenario where if 17, 16, and 18 had been able to defeat Goku, Cell would have been unnecessary. If they weren't and got destroyed, Cell would be unable to achieve his perfect form, and therefore be unable to defeat Goku. Cell, though, is so obsessed with achieving his perfect form that it didn't matter who he killed or absorbed or what he destroyed in order to get it. And his actions in going into another universe and timeline resulted in Krillin destroying his contemporary self. So he, in fact, did something that ended up resulting in his own death in the main timeline with which we are familiar. And besides the lives that he put in danger and ended, Cell also pushed the Z Warriors to their limits and beyond, making them even stronger than they would have been if he had not crossed the time stream in order to go to a place and time where 17 and 18 existed and where he could achieve his perfection. Even after becoming Mr. Perfect Cell, however, there was a new problem, in that the Z Warriors could become stronger and more powerful and they could learn more and new techniques if they only had the will to do so. And so they went through these entire training sequences, and they did get stronger so that they could challenge Cell. Cell, on the other hand, is limited by the data that Gero gave him and the limits of his perfect form. And before that, the semi-perfect and imperfect forms were also his limits. But beyond that, once he was challenged by Gohan, there was only so much more that he could improve by himself. He could regenerate limbs thanks to Piccolo's DNA, but apparently he couldn't get the Zenkai boost from his Saiyan DNA. So while the Z Warriors, Vegeta and Goku and Gohan in particular, could get the boost, he could not. So there was an upper limit to how strong he could get. Therefore, once he was perfect, he just plateaued and stopped there. He could go no further, which is probably why, once he figured out that he wasn't strong enough to win, he just decided to blow everything up. And that's basically admitting defeat. Admitting that you can't get any better at that point than you already were. And that is precisely why I believe that we should not be aiming for a perfect state of beings as beings. No, because once we say we are perfect, rather than that we've done a perfect job at something or achieved a perfect score, if we say that we are perfect, if I say that I am perfect, not at what I do, but as I am, then I am saying that I can't get any better. I could get worse, but I can't get better. And that is an admission of defeat that I would not want to make. That's not to say that we shouldn't aim to do the best possible job at task or activity as we can. By all means, shoot for perfection in what you're doing, but not in what you are. This is part of the distinction that I was making earlier, and I feel it's important because you can still set that goal, still have that purpose, without letting it define who and what you are, and then setting that as a limiter. You can always do better than you had done before. Always. And that's the way that you can continue to improve. The example that I would like to use to illustrate this is Soma Yukihira from Food Wars Shokugeki no Soma. This is because, according to his own father, Soma doesn't have any particular special skills or abilities. He doesn't have the God's tongue, he doesn't have a superb sense of smell or hearing or any of that. He simply has the knowledge and experience that he has gained in the kitchen in all the years of his cooking and helping out his father in the diner. That's it. And the main reason why the other students at the academy didn't like him is because if they admitted that he was capable of standing on the same level as the other Totsuki monsters, then they were also admitting that their own efforts and skill level was insufficient to do the same. If not that, then simply the effort that they had not done so because they hadn't put the effort in or were lazy or something else like that. So as long as they were able to hate Soma for another reason, because of what he had said in the introductory ceremony, for example, then they didn't have to admit their own weaknesses. But Soma wasn't like that. He was a character who was continually improving. And the way he did this, we see it in the last. So he's continually rewriting the way he does things and redefining his skills on that level. And the way he keeps on doing that means that He basically has no limit, despite the fact that he doesn't have any special skills. And this is why I believe that he is a very admirable character. On top of that, though, he continually learns from his mistakes as well as from his successes. Erina Nakiri is the exact opposite of this. With her god's tongue, she also has this superiorist attitude where any mistake is inexcusable, as well as being completely valueless. She dismisses it as completely irrelevant, and therefore refuses to learn from any potential mistakes that she might make. Indeed, she puts all of her effort into making things perfect, and then this ends up making her into this stuck-up princess image that very few others within the academy can approach. But Soma doesn't see this. He doesn't see statuses. He just sees what people can do in the kitchen. And then he rewrites what he can do continually, improving and becoming better so that eventually he will be able to challenge Erina on a level arena. And this is even though his original goal was just to beat his father in cooking. And then he adds the goal of serving a dish to Erina that she won't be able to deny is delicious. And also beating her and becoming one of the Elite 10 at Totsuki. So he is continually changing not only his goals, but his level of experience and knowledge. It's always changing because he's never said that he's perfect. So to sum up, a perfect score, or perfect job, or perfect result can be your goal. But to be perfect is something that would only place unnecessary stress upon yourself and probably end up compromising your health both physically and mentally. Therefore, it is my position that we should not be aiming to be perfect beings. By all means, shoot for the stars. Go as high as you possibly can in whatever you're doing. Do your best. But always remember to redefine what that best is, so that it never settles at any one level and you can always continue to be better, unlike Cell. That does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any comments or anything you wish to discuss, please put them in the comments fields below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!